Hey guys, happy Wednesday. Welcome to Beer Snob Weekly, Jersey style. Woo! Tonight we have Stop and Smell the Hops in the house. Let's go ahead and bring him on. How's everybody doing tonight? Hey Kat, what's going on, girl? How are you?
Hey, what's going on, Roxy?
Welcome to the show.
Thank
Beer
you. Thank you so much.
Jersey style.
Jersey, doing it dirty, Jersey.
So, big night tonight.
Absolutely.
We have to do a few things. Tonight we are announcing the California winner.
Okay.
And we also have you on the show. And I know so many people were really excited to see you on the show tonight.
I know a lot of people, this is probably the first time they've actually seen me because I don't put myself in my photographs usually, all my posts.
I know. This is great. So now people can actually see
and they're like, no.
Behind the Instagram account. I love it.
And they're probably saying, yeah, no wonder he doesn't show his face. That's probably better off that he just shows his hand occasionally.
All right. So before we get started, why don't you go ahead, tell everybody who you are, where you're from, what's your Instagram account, what your real name is, what you're drinking tonight.
Absolutely. So my name is Anthony. Instagram handle is Stop and Smell the Hops. And, you know, lived in Jersey my whole life. Was born and raised in Jersey City. A lot of great friends there and friends with a lot of them to this day. And then I'm kind of like the New Jersey mutt. You know, my parents, my mother and my father were divorced. So like one would move and I'd live there for a little bit. Then my other would move. And so if you think of any place in New Jersey, I've probably been involved in some of those locales.
Okay, cool. And what are you drinking tonight?
So as of right now, drinking Tasty Jams by Brick City in that Whoa proper glassware.
Love it. Can we see that can again?
Oh, absolutely. They got some great artwork. This is the Jam series by Brick City. So this one's called Tasty Jams.
Cool. And, I'm assuming that is like a...
It's a IPA, Citra and Mosaic, 6.5%. Delicious. Cool.
That looks really good. I love the new styles of the glasswares that they're coming out with. The Tiku especially. Like, it's like light. It has that little dip right at the top.
Yeah, and then you feel like, you know, it's almost like, you know, like,
Yeah, like, pinky up.
Yeah, exactly. I'm being a little more formal, and I'm drinking an IPA.
So tonight I'm drinking a beer that I have spoken so highly of.
Okay.
I want to give a thanks to Zach, who did this trade with me, from Hudson Valley.
I knew it was going to be Hudson Valley. I know you love Hudson Valley.
I know, but you know what? This one, out of all of them, is like just my absolute favorite. Okay.
I think you just said that about the one before that, too, just so you know.
No, that's not true.
So here's what's going to happen. You're going to get to try one of these bad boys. And you'll be like, oh, my God, it's the best Hudson Valley I've ever had.
So wait, so before I open this, are you saying that I should try one of those and I'd like it more than this one?
Well, I just got them. That was I got a big shout out to Friday Night Flights. They were the ones that were able to capture those beauties for me. But I haven't even had them yet. He just dropped them off like 2 days ago.
Yeah, I just picked mine up with Zach. We traded yesterday. By the way,
yeah.
Trades only, bro.
Trades only, bro. Jersey, drink local.
So now I kind of feel torn. Has anybody tried the new Hudson Valley that we just picked up? And should I try that over Fallow or not? Because I swear...
listen, we're going to have multi. Why don't you just start with the Farrow and work your way from there?
All right. I'll start with what I know and love best. I know I won't be disappointed by Hudson Valley. The only one I wasn't so crazy about was that Verdant, the grapefruit one.
Okay.
And it's just because I don't have like that grapefruit palette going on.
I mean, grapefruit is that's a polarizing one, right? Because you get a lot of really, really bitterness normally just with that fruit itself. Look at that pour. Keep it going. Keep it going.
No. It's hard to pour and look at the screen at the same time. There we go. The last thing I want to do is have some alcohol abuse going on.
Yeah, no party fouls. No party fouls.
All right, so I think this is your first time tasting it, right? Do you want to
Oh
come on
my
camera?
God, this is so good.
What's going
Hi,
on, man?
everybody. What's up, man? Oh, this is so good.
See? It's so good. It's so good. Takes my
And for the
heart.
record, I had the pleasure of meeting Roxy and her husband at opening bash, which was an amazing time. And
That
since
was-
then, that's been forming along. Like, how
Oh
are we
my
gonna get?
God.
How are we gonna get Stop and Smell the Hops on this show?
I'm melting right now. I just need like a moment of silence to just absorb.
That's funny.
All
Hudson
right.
Valley. I mean, those beers, they're like works of art. Let's face it.
Okay, so this show's about Jersey, so enough about Hudson Valley.
Got it.
Talk to me about if someone's going to Jersey, right?
Yeah.
Where are the breweries that they want to go to? Maybe not the big guys, maybe some of the newer places. Like,
Well, let's do both.
honestly never
Let's talk
spent
about
really-
Let's talk about the big ones too, and the small ones.
Okay, I mean, I haven't really been to Jersey like that. So tell me, where am I going?
I mean, if you want to just come in and the ones that are like tried and true, like the big hitters, you know, Kane and Carton, those are the guys that are pumping out a lot. You can even find a lot of those in your, you know, in local liquor stores that carry like really good stuff. A couple near me do that. But I would say that, you know, Carton is pretty good. They have a wide selection of like IPAs, and Kane, you know, they have some good IPAs too. But most of the time, like they have these amazing stouts. Like they just released the Mexican brunch recently,
Ooh.
which was fantastic. And then they just did a barrel aged one. I missed out on the barrel aged one. My buddy Pura Vida, who I know a lot of people follow, I know you do too.
Yeah.
He was able to snag those, and if I'm lucky enough, maybe he'll share a pour of one with me. But he was able to get those. So those I would say are like the big hitters. And then middle of the road, like Magnify is really up and coming. They're not that far from my house. You know, Brick City, I know the one I'm drinking, also not far from my house. They're in Little Ferry. They're doing really, really good stuff. And then like the smaller ones that I would say to do. So you have like Twin Elephant in Chatham, but probably the one that's like the most fire, the one that like really gets the buzz, has got to be Troon. Troon is like this little barn in Hopewell, and that's the only Instagram account that I have notifications on, because you don't know when they're going to release a beer. You have no idea. What'll happen is they'll post it at 5 p.m. By 5:58, they're sold out of their crowlers.
Holy moly.
Yeah, they do some amazing. They do sours, they do stouts, they do IPAs, but every single one of them, just crowlers, unbelievable. If you're lucky enough to get some, I've never had a crowler, but there's a restaurant. This is like one of those tips. New Jersey
Yeah.
tips.
Okay. Yeah. That's the next question. Is
Yeah.
where are those places that maybe people don't know about that we should
Yeah.
know about?
So Brick Farm Tavern is a really great restaurant. I just celebrated my buddy's birthday. We went there for dinner, and that's the only time I've ever tried Troon, because they have Troon on tap. It's almost like a deal they have. It's right
Wow.
down the road, and there's like this undercover covert op thing where if you go there and you're at Brick Tavern, sometimes there'll be like new Troon, and that alerts you that the next day they're probably going to be dropping crowlers.
So do they do them more like during the week? Is that why you're maybe not
Typically,
able
it's
to get
during
them?
the week. No notification other than, hey, today we're releasing this, and like some people I know will literally just go by Hopewell around the 4:30 to 5:30 time frame,
And just like see.
just for hope. Just maybe they're going to release one today.
That's insane. That's
Yeah.
pretty
So the ones that I tried at that place were unbelievable, and you could just read the reviews. Everybody says they're incredible.
That's great. What about so, you know, in my past shows, I haven't really talked so much about some of the craft beer, just like tap rooms, you know. So like, for example, we have like a Croxley's that usually has like a nice list. We have Press 195 that has, you know, amazing sandwiches, and they usually have like really good things on tap. Sometimes they even get some like heady topper in and stuff like that. So what about some of the places like where you can have some food and they also have like a great tap list, so you can have all of Jersey's beers in one spot instead of having to like travel everywhere?
Yeah, I would say the big ones for me. There's a bar in Hoboken, so that's not too far. You could be able to hit that one up, called Cork City. I believe they have between 40 and 60 beers on tap, and they bring in a lot of New Jersey beers. So that's a good one.
What's the most taps you've seen like at once?
Oh, I mean, in Boston, Sunset Grill and Tap, it's like 120 beers on tap. And I
Wow.
think they have like something like 300 to 500 bottles. That's an experience. Sunset, I'm a big Boston fan, which you wouldn't think because, I like the Yankees. But, I mean, Boston, I would almost call Boston like my second home. I love that place so much. So Sunset Grill and Tap, 120 beers on tap.
Okay, back to Jersey. Where else?
Cowan's Public. That's actually a local one for me. So that's in Nutley. And it was an older bar, and then it got kind of repurposed as a like a speakeasy type thing with like really great cocktails and amazing food. But their tap list was going very underrated. Now they'll have cane events, they'll have carton events, and they'll have a really good selection of craft beer. So now you're seeing a big craft beer movement going to that bar.
That's
and then
pretty
last, I would say, I would just say maybe Brick Farm Tavern, because it's a great food. You could go to the bar, get a bunch of apps, dine in the restaurant, but they'll always have Troon and a lot of other local New Jerseys.
How far is that from like Queens?
From Queens? I mean, the closest for you would probably be Cork City, because that's just in Hoboken. So you're just crossing jump onto the island and then back to Jersey. I would say for you, it's got to be maybe like a half hour, 40 minutes. But if you wanted to go to Hopewell, the Brick, now you're trekking.
On some time.
You're packing canned goods.
Oh, got it. Just in case.
Yeah.
All right. So, I know a lot of people have there's like been this buzz behind all the pictures that you've been posting most recently. I actually, the other day, I was like, I don't remember the pictures always being so vibrant and so over the top. And so I did some scrolling and I was like, okay, something happened that made him say, I'm going to step up my picture game and this is what I'm doing. What was that moment like for you? Like what would happen behind the scenes?
So that moment came, and I'll tell you exactly when it was. Beginning of this year, other half in Brooklyn, they released Dollar Slice, the Dollar Slice with extra cheese. And I had been doing a couple like pretty creative posts, but I had this idea to do this post with all the cans like the slices of a pizza. And I did the whole but I went to a pizzeria. I'm like, listen, can I just get a box not used, put the paper in there? And they were like, really? I'm like, yeah, don't worry about it. I'll shout you out on Instagram or something. And they gave it to me, and I set it up, and I loved it. And it got a very good response, one of the higher responses I had gotten. And I was like, I got to kind of have to like keep this up. So I was working my way towards 1,000 followers. And then I hit 1,000 followers. I did my giveaway, and I had a picture in my back pocket for a very long time. So there's a brewery in Indianapolis, 450 North, and they released this beer called Reese's Pieces. And I was like, a lot of people were posting it with just Reese's Pieces around. I'm like, the point is that how do I make myself different? How do I do what no one else is doing? I said, you got to get an ET hand. You got to have ET picking up this beer like it's Reese's Pieces. So I bought an ET hand from Australia for $50 just for that post.
You're out of your mind.
And that's what I want. That's the reactions I want to see. I want to see people go, now, wait a minute. Did he really just do that? Did he really, like the recent one with the milk carton, the Monkish 7-year anniversary? I dissected a milk carton and made this thing out of basically, it's almost like arts and crafts. I mean, if we're going to call it what we're calling it.
Right,
Obviously, I had a sheltered kindergarten.
The other picture I want to talk about is the taco setup, kitchen
Taco
table.
Tuesday.
When I saw that, I was like, this is something out of like a commercial magazine that you would see. Like, you got all the ingredients. Talk about product placement there.
Yeah, I know, yeah. I'm waiting for Ortega to call me up and say, hey, great job. I would love for you to give you some of our sauce.
Yeah, or the sour cream. What's the name of the sour cream? That place. I was like,
yeah, Daisy. I think it was Daisy.
Yeah. So, love that. So you kind of felt like, all right, you found this niche, you found this space, right? You're getting more eyes on your account. What is the purpose? What is the, behind the account? So many people, I feel like they're like, oh, I have an X amount of followers and like, this and that. But like, what is the end goal? Like what, I know that you're really big into the trading. which is great.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Shout out to all my traders out there. I'll call them out later on.
Yes. So, are there anything else, is there anything else in the works, that you're doing behind the scenes for promoting your account besides maybe just beer trades?
I mean, really, for me, and I think, it sounds like a cop-out, but it's just to get closer to the beer community. I've made so many friends. I'm against social media. I don't have Facebook. Was never a social media guy. Everyone was like, oh, why don't you join all stuff? I'm like, no. And then I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll join Instagram just so I can at least start following these beer pages like Other Half. I want to know what releases Other Half's having. I want to know release Magnify's having. I needed to just be in that world without having to go to Google like a caveman. So what I said was, I'm like, I'll join Instagram for that. And then someone said, why don't you just post a couple things? And if you look back at those posts, I mean, we're getting 10 likes. Yeah. And then people I would hit one and it got a lot of and you kind of like it. It's almost like a drug. You're like, ooh,
yeah.
What did I do in that one that really made people say, oh, I like that. Nice lighting. Okay. Try to just duplicate that. So I just keep trying to outdo myself. And it's really I just want to make friends, just how creative can someone be? Make it real and make people look at it and question it. So we would be remiss if we don't talk about the pancake photo. They're probably going to put that picture on my tombstone when I die.
So something else I want to talk about, yesterday I got my hair done, and my hairdresser is really deep into the hairdressing industry. I don't know what it's properly called, but similar into the beer world, there's this other huge world of hair stuff, And so I kind of was having the same conversation with her where it's like, you put all these posts up, you're promoting. Do you ever feel like, you're just putting up the picture just so people enjoy it? Or is it reverse where you are, I like this picture the way it is, and I don't care if it gets 2 likes or 1 million likes?
I do that on Wednesdays and Thursdays, to be honest. Sometimes I look at a post and I'm like, you know what? That's a Thursday post. I know Thursdays are a little low. Don't have that volume. Listen, if you post a monkish can on a Monday, I mean, you're at 200 likes. I mean, that you just put that in your pocket and hopefully it gets bigger than that. So I would say you do think about it. You do think about is someone going to receive it the way I did? I was so passionate about that ET photo and that pancake photo that, I'm like a little kid. I'm jumping around my house,
right.
Because then I have to write a paragraph post and I'm like, all right, what stupid stuff? How many dad jokes can I put in here? But I put effort into it, and sometimes I get disappointed. The spring photo on Tuesday, Treehouse Tuesday, spring, I went to Home Depot with the can and picked out the flowers that looked like the ones on the can, planted them in that little box, waited, took the photo. It did okay. I'm not being greedy, but I was
okay. Everybody watching, get your butt after you're done watching our show and go like that picture if you didn't already.
It needs some attention, that one. That one's gonna need to lay on a couch soon because it's like, what did I do wrong? I was with these guys. I was on a Tuesday. Yeah. See, for me, I'll look at a can like that and I say, okay, what isn't everybody else doing? How can I really make that one real?
Right.
And that's it. I need another beer. I'm seeing you drink. I'm gonna grab one from my beer fridge.
Okay, you go ahead and do that. Again, thank you everybody for joining tonight. Beer Snob Weekly, New Jersey, here with Anthony. So what's next? What do we got?
Once again, so this is Magnify Parallel Universe. Once again, with that proper glassware, you just that'll get you sometimes 50 likes just there, just doing that proper glassware.
So, how big is your glassware collection?
Oh my God! So, I kind of have a lot of things, little quirks about me. I guess we're just gonna put everything on this put everything on the table right now. So I'm only getting a glass if I've been to the brewery. If I've been to the brewery, I will get a glass. So I don't have a monkish glass. Today they had that big sale. A couple of my friends bought some. I was like, I can't do it. I didn't go to the brewery. So until I go to that brewery, I'm not getting that glass.
I like that. I like that philosophy.
But I've probably been to, realistically, I've probably been to between 80 and 100 breweries. So that's 80 to 100 glasses upstairs. I would like to say they're in order or in a nice way. They're not. They're not.
Do you ever recycle them where it's like, you know what? That brewery at that time was cool, but like they're not cool anymore. So like I'm just gonna get rid of this glass.
Well, what would make a brewery not cool besides selling out to ABEV?
I mean, yeah, kind of. Or like someone who's gotten too big, like I don't know, Dogfish. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think for that, these are like you have to keep in mind that these are like some of the pioneers.
Yeah.
When I think back to my history of how I got into craft beer, I think almost everybody would say that seed that was planted is Sam Adams. You're drinking Coors and Miller Lite your whole life, and then all of a sudden, I remember drinking a Sam Summer, and you're like, whoa, this is different. This isn't beer. This is way different. And then you're in
that.
No?
That wasn't my story.
Well, I'm saying, so from that, but then going to Beer Fest, and you're
Yeah,
getting introduced to so
Beer
many
Fest.
others.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always say the first craft brewery that got me into the game was the Chamonix Creek in Croydon, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
That was like, I had this beer called The Shape of Hops to Come. Blew me away. I'm like, this is what I got to do now. Went to the brewery, met a lot of the people, made some friends, and then my buddies introduced me to Other Half, and then that's it. Now you compare everything next to an Other Half IPA.
I mean, how do you feel about like all the different variations of an IPA? Do you ever feel like you just need to get away from the IPAs and just go to something completely different?
The only time I do that, like when I'm going on, like if I'm drinking a lot of beer in a given time, which is usual, I'll do like 2, maybe 3 IPAs and then switch it up. I'll go to a sour, kind of cleanse the palate. I don't want that, like I call it like hop saturation, where now it's like, what are you tasting?
Exactly.
Yeah, so I'll do like 2 IPAs. I'll do a sour, 2 IPAs. I'm starting to get into stouts now with these adjuncts. I just posted about the Moon Pie yesterday, and that was probably one of the best stouts I've had this year. I love cinnamon. I'm starting to realize when you have cinnamon in a stout, that just lingers on the tongue.
Yes, I love cinnamon in a stout. We actually brewed a stout with coffee beans from El Salvador. Yeah, that came out amazing.
How are you enjoying the home brewing?
The home brewing is great. We actually have 10 gallons at our conditioning right now that we're gonna go ahead and put on the system behind us this weekend, I believe. We have an IPA and a saison, so should be good.
Well, so here's the little story about me. So, you ask, what are you trying to get with all these things? Trying to make friends, beer community, but a lot of companies reach out to me and they say, hey, we love your page, we love your creative approach and your energy. And this one company, Craft Brews, sent me a homebrew kit because soon it's going to be National Homebrewers Day is next week.
Yes.
And they want me to brew, post about it, show pictures. And I got to pick whatever kit I wanted. And the one I chose was 6 Point Resin.
Okay.
So I know I'm a big 6 Point fan. I know the head brewer. I used to know the previous owner. Like, it's like a fan family of the 6 Point people.
Right.
So like, this is great. I'll wear my little 6 Point shirt, do like, I'll try to be like half as good as you are. Hey, listen, this show is blowing up. I remember the first show of this, and I've watched almost every one. I mean, it's just gotten bigger and bigger.
Thank you. I try. I remember brewing our first time, and it was bad. So don't expect too much. Just read the directions. Make sure you're really clean. Your temperatures are on point. And, just follow the directions. I mean, it's not that hard.
Well, I got a really quick crash course. So one of my other really close friends is the Brew Babe. She works at LIC.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so she brews. So she really brews a lot of beers. She brews a lot of ciders. She's actually in a home brewing competition coming up, final round. So, let's all cheers for her. But I was hanging out with her the other day, and she goes, well, here's a really good tip. Because you have to cool down the wort, boil water the night before and then let it just sit on the stove overnight so that it gets down to that temperature. It cuts your cooling time in half. I'm like, there you go. This is the information I needed.
Yes. There's a lot of tricks. We can talk about those if you need any other tips.
How many beers have you brewed?
I'm not too sure.
That many?
I wouldn't say it's that many. I'd say maybe like between the both of us, maybe like 30 batches
Oh wow.
in total. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look at my book. Um, so it's fun, trying different things and like just throwing different shit in there and like, I did a Swiss Miss one where I just threw a ton of like Swiss Miss in there and like that
Oh
was
man.
great. Yeah, with
Listen,
like
that's what they do,
marshmallow.
right?
Yeah. So I mean, that's fun. But it's crazy to see like all these other companies that are just like I'm waiting for like a Captain Crunch one. I haven't seen that yet.
Well, you had that. You saw the cookie one, Cookie Cooks or something. That other half came out with. It had like 5 cereals in it. That
Yeah.
like Captain. It had cinnamon toast crunch. It had like a lot of Golden Grams.
Also, this is the book to get if anyone's looking.
How to brew.
Yeah,
Not
this
just a
book
clever name. I like it.
has so much good information in here. Like it's really good. I recommend it for anybody who's trying to get started.
Well, I'm hoping this experience kind of introduces me to it, and I'll
Yeah.
see how it goes.
Yeah. And that's kind of what happened with us. We tried the one time and we failed miserably. And then like 2 or 3 years later, no, like 2 years later, we were like, all right, let's try this again, but for real this time,
Yeah.
And then kind of just stuck with it. It is so cool to be able to come home and like pour your own beer and it actually tastes really good.
Yeah, people ask me, they're like, why don't you homebrew? I'm like, these guys, they do such a great job. I mean, let's just drink what they're doing and keep them in business. I don't mind. I don't mind drinking all this amazing beer. If you saw my beer fridge right now, it's pretty embarrassing / impressive.
Do you
I think I have 150 cans in that fridge.
If we times that by $5 a can and do
Yeah, don't bring up that. That's just, you're going to get me in trouble. But in general, not even to mention the bottles.
Yeah, the bottles.
Yeah,
All
that's
right,
where it gets.
so we're coming down to our time. Was there anything else about Jersey that you wanted to talk about?
I mean, it gets a bad rap, obviously. Jersey has a lot of.
Why?
Oh, because I mean, first of all, that damn show that came out so long ago to Jersey Shore. That's it. That's just.
Paulie D.
Listen, I grew up on Seaside. I was going to Seaside since I was like 3 months in my mother's womb, and I loved it. Like some of my fondest memories of going to Seaside Beach. I mean, I know Hurricane Sandy kind of took a lot of those away, but I mean that show really just, it just gave us a little bit of like a bad name and thinking that everybody's like that, and it's not. I mean, New Jersey, it has a lot of features to it. I mean, it's one of the few states that really has everything. So I tell everybody, come visit Stop and Smell the Hops, and we'll do like little tours.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, I'll have to come visit Jersey for sure.
But since you might not be able to visit Jersey, we have a giveaway in that, right?
Yeah, and if you can't visit Jersey, Anthony right here, Stop and Smell the Hops, is doing a beautiful giveaway. Do you want to tell everybody what it is?
Yeah, so basically I just got together some of my favorite beer cans from New Jersey, and 6 cans from across various breweries. I think you guys are going to love them. They're some of my favorites. A few stickers from some of the breweries, and good luck to everybody. Oh, swag. Got to have swag nowadays.
Beautiful. Are you going to show us what you got?
Oh, sure. Yeah, let me pick you up and, make it a little.
Are we mobile?
We're mobile. I can do whatever I want. We have rain out here.
It's actually just started pouring over here.
This is on my pool table, but as you can see,
Where's
that? Yeah.
We're excited. Everyone's up and down.
And it's a little mixture. We got a stout, we got some IPAs, we got a porter.
I like that. Throw a little porter in there. Usually don't.
Eclectic. That's the name of the game. Eclectic.
I like that. A lot of people don't do giveaways of porters. We got our timer going on. Usually you just see like IPAs in the giveaway. So I love the porter in there. Love.
And the stout is brandy new from Magnify. It's almost like a Mexican hot chocolate. Which I know it's no longer stout season, but if you're waking up in the morning lately, it's like 50 degrees. Just drink the stout early. You'll never know.
I'm more beer. Liquid breakfast, everybody.
Breakfast of Champions.
Big shout out to Kelly at Big Alice. She hooked us up with their Mexican chocolate stout. I think it's called Mocha Chocolaca. I don't know. I have it in my fridge. Maybe I'll throw that in there with the giveaway also. Maybe
Okay.
some New York beers. What's everybody looking for? What do you think people want?
I mean,
How
they
can,
just want.
how can we break the internet with this giveaway?
Well, here. So let me tell you another announcement that'll come on here. So I have crossed 2,000 followers.
Woo!
So that will be a big giveaway coming next week. And if you remember, my first giveaway was 15 cans plus 1 bottle. I mean, I can't outdo that one.
Would you ship it on a pallet?
No, actually, Whale Pod Shipper, big shout out to Whale Pod Shipper. They reached out to me and said, we love your page. We love this giveaway. You probably couldn't ship this on your own. Let us help you. And they sent me this nice, huge thing that shipped everything in there. Funny part was the guy that won, his name was Anthony. Big up to Suds and Smokes. And he lived in Berlin. So I was like, okay, I think this will make it across state. I don't have to worry about it going like across country. But they make some amazing products. I've actually, a lot of my trade partners, I made a deal with them. I bought one, I ship it to them, and then they ship it back to me. And you go back and forth. Yeah.
Interesting.
Saves
We'll
money.
have to talk more about that offline.
Yeah, it's a great investment because I know how long it takes to wrap in bubble wrap, and then you put it in Ziploc bags. I mean,
you want to see my bubble wrap?
let's compare bubble wraps. I've never actually had this competition. Where the hell is mine? Right, mine's right here.
Mine's right here.
Yeah, what is this? This is like a tumbleweed of mail. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Well,
I think mine's bigger.
I've never had someone that had the bigger one than me, but we'll start somewhere.
I win.
No, you definitely won. I don't know what you're wrapping over there. You can wrap a freaking brontosaurus with that.
I got all these giveaways. We got to wrap them, make sure they're nice and, tight.
No dents. If you've ever traded with Miami Beer Brigade, no dents. If you put a dent in a can of his, I mean, you'll never hear the end of it. I said, when he sends cans, you have a better chance of losing a can opening it up. He's like, that guy's insane. That thing is so packed up. It's
I think we need to start a new hashtag trend.
I like this. No dents. Hashtag no dents.
Hashtag no dents.
Shit, now someone's going to steal it. Somebody right now on the bottom is going to type it in, and now they stole it. Well, they're never going to steal Beer Snob Weekly, and that's awesome.
All right, so before we go, I usually do like a quick cheers picture.
Okay, I'm probably going to knock my phone down.
Download the video. So if you want to just get up close and cheers, we'll like pause for 2 seconds. It'll be like an awkward pause.
All right.
And I'll capture it. Ready?
Yep.
Beautiful. Okay. Yep. Oh no, the no dents.
No dents. So there it goes.
All dent everything. What's up, Friday?
That's pretty funny.
Okay.
So that's Friday Night Flights. That's my buddies Bill and Neil. They definitely were going to watch. I'm sure they insulted me a lot tonight, but they're really good friends, so it's okay.
All right, real quick. I know you wanted to shout a few people out. Let's go ahead. Okay. Let's get through the shout-outs. Who you want to shout out? I
mean, definitely got to start with my buddy Dom. He really got me into the beer game. Shout out to Friday Night Flights, Pura Vida, a craft beer girl in Indianapolis, probably one of my best beer friends as well. Traveling Hoppy in Colorado, the Girl with Beer in California, Miami Beer Brigade in Miami, my buddy Eric, Beer Mongol out there in Oregon, hooked me up with the Great Notion. Rob Box up in he's my Trillium guy. I lead these little guys everywhere. Wandering Hops is in Virginia. That's a great couple. I got the chance to meet them recently. Yeah, just the whole beer community. Fantastic beers and where to find them. Those two are amazing. Lou Does Beer, also part of that crew, and the other half, Line Shares. Crazy Moflo, Hera Cancel. I mean, I could go on and on, but, Miss Beer Snob, I really appreciate you bringing me on to be a part of your little weekly show.
I wouldn't call it little because I obviously had the bigger bubble wrap. So
You did have the bigger bubble wrap. Yes. I mean, and just look, this is also my office where I make my posts. Sometimes down here, I'll have random things. Like I'll just have a piece of a motherboard because I have a picture coming up, and you needed that for the picture. So that's a little preview, inside information for a post that's coming up.
All right, so you're too funny. We have to redo the picture. You're gonna have to move. Yeah, you have to move to your right.
Move to my right. Okay.
Yeah, that way. There we go. Yeah, because of the comments and stuff.
Oh, I see what you're saying. And then do
Yeah.
this and go above the comments.
Yeah, but now, yeah, there you go.
Okay. I'll basically just
But
do
a
one
little
of
to
these.
the left. Yeah, you could do a duck face if you want. I'm just kidding.
Just
No.
like typical woman. Little to the left, little to the right. Start over. Pivot. Pivot.
All right, ready?
Yep.
Okay, we got it. Perfect. All right, awesome. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Is there anything else you want to tell maybe people who aren't really into beer that might be watching the show? Anything, any tips, anything?
Listen, I've converted a lot of people. My own stepfather, who is watching right now, he was not a beer guy at all. And then every year we do a father-son trip, and he goes to these breweries with me. And damn it, if that guy won't try every single thing I put in front of him. More into the sours, but you got to try them. It gets a bad rap. Everyone thinks, oh, craft beer, I don't want to taste that. You know, they're putting that. Take a sip. It's unlike anything you've ever had before.
I love it. Beautiful. Thank you again for coming on. We'll post
Thank
about
you.
the way.
Don't you have to announce the winner from the other one?
Yes, I'm actually going to do it live from my computer, so I have to be
Okay.
mobile. So I'll cut off the video, and then I'll post a live video of the giveaway announcement. And I know so many people are excited because it's Pliny.
Absolutely.
All right, have a good night. Thank you so much
Have
for
a good night. Thanks so much. And thanks for everybody for watching.
Bye.
Bye-bye.